Now that we have understood the basic concept of SVD, now we are going to look into a numerical example of how to compute SVD of a matrix. So consider the matrix given A is equal to 3, 1, 0, 2. So we have to compute the SVD for this given matrix. We will find the SVD of a matrix by decomposing this matrix into three different matrices: U, sigma, and V raised to t, where V raised to t is the right singular matrix, and sigma is singular values vector, and U is left singular vectors, right? So let us see how we are going to do this. Initially, we compute this V raised to t. To compute the V raised to t, initially we have to compute a transpose, okay, transpose of the matrix, given matrix A. Then we have to perform multiplication of A transpose and A. Then we find the eigenvalues of A transpose A, and using those eigenvalues we find the eigenvectors corresponding to eigenvalues. Next we will normalize the eigenvectors, or we will make it into a unit vector, okay, by performing normalization. And then we find then we'll get the V. Okay, so we got the V, and then we later on we'll find the transpose of V, so that we get V transpose, or the right singular vectors of SVD. Next, after finding the V, we have to find the singular value sigma, and then we have to find the left singular vector u, and finally we have to verify whether on multiplying all these three components, whether we are getting an approximate matrix which was given initially, that is A. Okay, multiplying u, sigma, and v raised to t give us the original matrix A. So let's find the step one is to find the transpose of the given matrix. So A is equal to 3, 1, 0, 2. So transpose means interchanging the rows and columns. So A transpose will give the row will become columns over here. So 3, 1 will become your first column, and 0, 2 will be your second column. Okay. So we got A transpose. Next step is to calculate A transpose into A. So after performing the multiplication of these two matrices, we get A transpose A is equal to 9, 3, 3, 5. Next, you have to find the eigenvalues. Okay, so finding the eigenvalues, you use the characteristic equation. So you know how to find the eigenvalues and eigenvectors. So follow whatever method you have been taught to find eigenvalues and eigenvectors. So here we have used the characteristic equation. Okay, so determinant of A minus lambda A. So instead of A, we are giving A transpose A minus lambda is equal to 0. So I is the identity matrix, that is 1, 0, 0, 1. So when lambda is multiplied with this identity matrix, you will get matrix like some lambda 0, 0, lambda. Okay, so solving this characteristic equation, so A transpose A, you know what is A transpose A, that is 9, 3, 3, and 5, and minus lambda I will yield such a form: 9 minus lambda, 3, 3, and 5 minus lambda. So find the determinant of that, it is equal to 0. So multiply 9 minus lambda into 5 minus lambda minus 3 into 3. Okay, that is 9. Okay, so follow the same steps as you find the eigenvalues. That is equal to 0. On solving this equation, we get a equation like quadratic equation like lambda square minus 14 lambda plus 36 is equal to 0. And here we cannot find the value of lambda using factorization, so we'll go for quadratic formula. Okay, you can use anything that you have been taught to find the eigenvalues. Okay, so here I am using the quadratic formula, and I yield two eigenvalues. Lambda 1 is equal to 10.606 and lambda 2 is equal to 3.394. Okay, finding the eigenvector for the first eigenvalue. Okay, use the equation A minus lambda I into V is equal to 0. So instead of A, we are using A transpose A. So we have 9 minus lambda, again 3, 3, and 5 minus lambda. So instead of this lambda, we can substitute the value of the eigenvalue, first eigenvalue, that is 9 minus 10.606, and here also 5 minus 10.606, right? So again you find an equation like 9 minus this 10.606 will give you minus 1.606, right? So that minus 1.606, okay, into x plus 3 into y. Okay, you perform the matrix multiplication. So take the first row and multiply it with this x and y. So you will get an equation like this: minus 1.606x plus 3y is equal to 0. Okay, so keeping the y over here, okay, 3y is equal to, you get 1.606 into x, okay, and y is equal to 1.606x by 3. So when you divide by 3, you get y is equal to 0.5353x. Okay, so the value of x, okay, we'll take the coefficient of this thing. Here it is 1y, right? So the value of x will be 1 and the value of y will be 0.5353. Okay, that is why we are given x is equal to, when x is equal to 1, the value of y is equal to 0.5353. So you got the first eigenvector corresponding to first eigenvalue v1 is equal to 1 and 0.5353. Okay, according to the algorithm, SVD algorithm, according to the SVD algorithm, we need to normalize the eigenvector, or we have to make it into unit vector. We have to make it into a unit vector. For that, what we have to do? We have to normalize the eigenvector. First eigenvector is, so to normalize the unit vector, what you have to do is, we will divide, first we will find the length of the vector v1, that is root of 1 square plus 0.5353 the whole square. Okay, solving this, you will get the length of the vector as 1.1342. Now what you have to do, you divide this v1, the components of v1 with this unit vector, that is 1 should be divided by 1.342 and 0.5353 should be divided by 1.1342. Okay, on dividing that, you will get the unit vector v1, or the normalized vector v1, as 0.8817 and 0.4719. So this gives you the normalized eigenvector, and this becomes the first column of the v. Okay, likewise you have to find the what eigenvector for the second eigenvalue lambda 2. So lambda 2 is equal to 3.394. Again, follow the same process to multiply the second row with the column x and y, so that you will get an equation like 3x plus 1.60 is equal to y. So keep 3x here, 3x is equal to minus 1.606y, again x equal to 1.60 minus 1.606y by 3. So you, on solving it, you will get x equal to this. So what is the value of y? Y will have the coefficient of here, that is 1x, right? So y is equal to 1 and x is equal to minus 0.5353. Okay, so you get a vector like this, and now find its magnitude, so that you can yield a normalized vector. So follow the same method as we have done. You calculate the magnitude of v2 and divide the vector using components of vector v2 by this length of the vector v2, and you will get the second vector of v. Okay, so you got v1 and v2. Now you can form v using the v1 and v2. So v1 means this is the components of v1, and this is the components of v2, right? Column 1 of v2 v1 and column 1 of column 2 of v, that is v2, right? So you got v. Now the next step is to find the singular values. Okay, singular values means, okay, you have to find sigma. So before finding sigma, what you have to do is, the eigen, we have to find the square root of eigenvalues. So sigma 1 will be square root of eigenvalue 1, sigma 2 will be square root of eigenvalue 2. Okay, so sigma 1 is equal to square root of this is equal to 3.257, and sigma 2 is the square root of the second eigenvalue, that is root of 3.394, and it is equal to 1.842. For sigma is equal to, how we can write sigma now? Sigma is equal to, first you write sigma 1, okay, it's a diagonal matrix, right? So in diagonal elements will be sigma 1, and the diagonal element over here will be sigma 2, okay, and the rest of the things will be 0. So when you write this, construct this sigma or singular value matrix, you have to ensure that your sigma 1 is having the higher value. Out of the two values that you got, here 3.257 is having a higher value, right? So that should be written as sigma 1 and 1.842 should be written as sigma 2. So this is how you construct what singular values. So singular values means what it shows how much important the directions that you have found are. So in the matrix V, you have found out two columns. That is, you have found an eigenvector for V1 and eigenvector V2. So here 3.257 indicates that V1 is this much important, and this indicates that the direction V2 that we have found is this much important in reconstructing the original matrix, or it carries the hidden concept. Okay, it shows the strength of the association between to the hidden patterns. Okay, again calculate u. So u is calculated using this formula. U I is equal to avi by sigma I. Okay, so the column, this vector u, left singular vectors u is constructed as a into vi. That means you will have u1 will indicate you. First you have to find u1, that is a into v1 by sigma 1. V1 means first column in, that is v1 in the v. Okay, v1 in v, that is in right singular vectors. There are two columns in that. V is equal to v1 and v2. So initially you use the value of v1. Okay, first column in v1. Okay, and sigma a corresponds to the first, the square root of first eigenvalue, right? So it is computed as u1 is equal to a v1 by sigma 1. So what is sigma 1? Okay, this is actually 1 by sigma 1 into a into v1. So this is 1 by sigma 1. Okay, this is your what, sigma 1. Okay, and this is your matrix A, and this is your V1, right? So you have sigma 1, you have A, a into v1 by sigma 1. Okay, on solving this, first you find the product of a and v1, and then you divide it by sigma 1, so you get u1. Likewise you perform for u2 also. Okay, so in u2 when it comes, the sigma 2 will be the second eigenvalue and a remains the same, and this v2 means it is the second column of the matrix V. Okay, then first you multiply these two and then you divide the result using the second eigenvalue. So you will get u2 also. So finally this is your u1 and this is your u2, isn't it? So you constructed the matrix U or the left singular matrix also. So it shows like how our samples are associated to the components that we have found, right? Finally, now you got these three matrices. Then this U corresponds to whatever we have found just now. Again, this shows the singular values, and this shows the matrix V. But as per the SVD representation, mathematical representation of SVD, instead of V, we use what? V transpose. So V transpose will be equal to, this row will become the column, right? 0.822. Then minus 472. Again, this row will become the second column, 0.472 and 0.882. Okay, now you check whether we have u, we have sigma, we have v raised to t. Again, you find the product of these three and check whether you get the approximation matrix as of the initial matrix that was given. Okay, so how you can do that? First you multiply u and sigma and then multiply the result using v raised to t, or first you find sigma into v raised to t and then you multiply that with u. Okay, you should not initially do u into v raised to t and then multiply by sigma. It cannot be done. Either you can multiply two things which are close. Okay, u and sigma can be multiplied first, and then the result can be multiplied v raised to t, or you can even perform sigma and v raised to t. You can find the product and then you can multiply it with u. Okay, so this is how. So if you're getting this matrix, sometimes on multiplying all these three, you may not exactly get 3 or 1. Maybe you will get some 2.67 or 2.89, which is close on. Approximating, we'll get 3. Okay, so it may not be the exact numbers like 3, 1, 0, or 2. Maybe when you multiply it together, you will get some point value, some 2 point something, 2.89 or 98 or 90, or whichever is when approximated will give you 3. Okay, when you round off, you will get 3. Okay, and this instead of 1, maybe you'll get some 0.98 or 89 or something like that. Okay, so this is singular value decomposition, where we factorize some matrix into three components. Okay, so we factorize it into three different components, u, v, and v raised to t, and this v raised to t will give you the directions which are important, or the hidden concept, the direction of hidden concept, or something like that, or it will give a mathematical component of the hidden features. And again, the sigma will tell us how important each directions are, or the each hidden concepts that we have found are, and u symbolizes the relation of each sample with the mathematical component that we have found. Okay, so this is all about SVD. So this is a final interpretation. So original data matrix has been decomposed into three matrices that together contain the same information as the original matrix.